Welcome to Trendnation, where we have the...
We got to make sure that y'all understand who we are, because we know we talk.
And that's just all I have to say about that. But
look what happened. Baby mama went.
Now he's trying to go and change his middle name to
I totally summed it up. Okay, he was going to
with the whole thing. Okay. We're gonna move on to the next topic.
Girl Lil Luki R, and we're gonna get into some trendy beat and blast real.
I'm your girl, Phoebe L. Ray.
her mindset was she was going to be able to get back up.
We're going to have Mikhail Ace Ngumbani.
Welcome to Trendnation Talk Show. Did you miss us? Of course you did. So, we got some topics for you today. We're going to be talking about Derek Chauvin. Pandemic money, whether it was good or bad. Of course, Shikari Richardson. We can't go through this talk show without mentioning her. But of course, we're gonna have our Trendnation topic for you at the table without being at the table. And is it too late to find love? Boom. See? All right. So we have our Who Want to Die.
I say sis girl.
This is your girl, Carla Monet. How are you, darlings? I'm glad to be back. We're back, baby!
Can I do a Jamaican if I'm not Jamaican? It doesn't matter. Y'all already know it's your girl, Lil Luki R. I'm going to give y'all that Trendy Beats blast. Hey, Chris should have been here, but we back, baby.
Yeah,
we back.
Chris, where are you, Chris?
Chris?
Well, Chris, you and everybody else, stay tuned, because we'll be right back. Boom.
Welcome back to Trend Nation, Women's Empowerment Edition.
And just like that, welcome back to Trend Nation. Oh my God, we have a lot of great topics we're definitely finna jump into. And I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer because I want my sisters and you guys to join me in. So, right now we're about to talk about Derek Chauvin. Chauvinist pig?
Yeah. I had it wrong earlier too. So.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna give him a correct name anyway. He don't deserve it.
Period poo.
So for y'all who don't really know too much about him, he is the former police officer in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. He was the one that had his knee on now who's deceased. Well, not now, but and they finally gave him his sentence, you guys. 22.5 years.
Wow.
Okay, so now the question goes to everyone in panel as well. Is that justice? Would that be considered a form of true justice? Phoebes?
Well, I guess I'm in between. To me, I mean, you were sentenced, but 22 years seems a little light.
For murder?
Yeah, first degree, to me, I would think it's first degree. That's my opinion. So, but I just think it should have been a lot longer. We got some form of justice. I mean, some form. That's how I look at it, you know.
So you
I don't want nobody
something is
dead.
just better than nothing.
Right, exactly, because how many years people have gotten away with so much?
Yeah.
Facts.
You know, so I'm looking at like, hey, he got something, even though we would prefer it to be a little longer. But
just out of curiosity, and then I'll get with you. What would you prefer would be a better sentence?
life, but okay, 50, but life.
Okay,
really.
like I mean, he's a fairly older gentleman, so you know,
Yeah.
50 will push him about 80-ish or a little bit over, maybe close to 90-ish or so. But something. So what about you? What do you think?
Well, it's like this. The man put his knee on a lot of people's necks. As found out, they just didn't die. Right. So 22.5 years to some may be justice, but to me, the best justice served is really hitting them with more. Because if that had been a brother, he'd have been hit with more than 22.5 years. Let's just be real. And looking at this man is known for putting his knee on people of color's neck. He should have got more time. I get they say justice served because he got 22.5, but will he be out before that 22.5? Think about this. So you got to think about the technicalities in this. White boy could get out before 22.5.
Yeah.
And see, that's the thing. It didn't really say anything as far as if he will be paroled sooner
Right,
or anything.
right.
So as of right now, his sentence is, as of right now,
It's running
22.5,
concurrent,
yeah.
right.
So hopefully he runs it, and it's not that time served or good behavior, which they tend to do.
Right.
My thing is there is and will never be considered anything good behavior. That's extreme.
You know what I think? I mean, I wonder why he sits in there. Would he actually develop empathy? You know, sometimes people.
He didn't do it. He didn't do it on the stand.
I know,
Right.
but now you're behind bars. I just wonder, will he?
He
was behind bars.
He believes
He was
he's coming
already-
back
Well,
on
yeah,
an
the
appeal.
first part of it, but
Yeah, he's trying to
But see,
appeal.
he was more confident then of what
He's
was going to happen, but
he's
it didn't.
still confident that he's going to come back on an appeal. So you got to look at it like this. He knew what he was doing. He had no justification in what he was doing. And then there are others who said that he put his knee on others' necks. And a witness even saw him do it to a young black guy. So this is something that he does. This was no training for you to put your knee on this man's neck. And I don't care if George Floyd was so high to the point he couldn't do nothing. You killed them.
True.
You shouldn't have put your knee on his neck. You murdered him. So 22.5 may seem like justice to a lot of people, but reality is it's not enough justice.
That's
I feel
true.
you on that. And I'm gonna throw in my quick 2 cents before we roll to this next topic. I still believe that, in my own opinion, justice is still not served.
Yeah.
And that's just me, and that's because he wasn't the only one that was out there.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
that's
So we're gonna go
Yep.
ahead and roll to this next topic. But just remember, my own opinion is not served yet until they get the others. that
I'm
was
with
there.
you on that.
Okay?
I
And
agree
hopefully
to
that's
that,
gonna
so
come
you're
sooner
right.
than later.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now let's talk about the pandemic. We all been through it.
Oh,
We've been
yeah.
there. We still slightly in it.
Yes.
And all this money that's coming out.
And all this weight
And wait that's going
and
on.
wait.
But what do y'all think? It's a lot of pandemic money that's being
Yeah.
out. Real talk. I mean, shout out to, Biden. He's providing money for those who definitely need it over the time. But they're trying to get even more money. So before
Yeah.
we get into the more money, because that's just in the air. It's not really nothing that's becoming a bill. He gave us the 1,400 first. Then he throw out the child care tax. Now that's rolling out as of the 15th, 300 or 250 depending on the child care, including additional food stamp link. For those who don't know what food stamps is, link out that the kids is also
didn't give me any
getting.
link.
So what do y'all think? Do y'all
get
think
nothing.
it's hurting the economy and the people, or do you think it's okay?
Okay, when we went on lockdown, it kind of helped. But when you look at it now, it's going to definitely hurt. Because you got to think about it. We this generation now, but then you got the kids to come and the babies that were created in COVID that are being born now and things like that. So it's really going to affect that generation down the line because all that money that's owed back, that's not going to be there. So you have to look at, is it money going to be here still? No, it's not, because if you're giving out so much money, you're losing so much money. And then there are people who truly don't deserve it. Let's just be real.
It's facts. Phoebe, what you think?
I'm kind of like a little in between because
You
I
the
know
fence lady. You're always on the fence.
The whole show.
that's just me, just sweet little Phoebe. But look, with it comes at a just time. There are people have lost their jobs during the pandemic,
Oh, yeah.
and it's just. I wouldn't count as just this short period of time they're distributing this money and this link that we will probably not have any later. That if anything, they
Right.
probably won't give it to us later, period.
Right.
It was hard for us to get it even beforehand. And I'm mad that I can't get any now. So, man, a sister gotta eat. But look, I think that let it be, whoever abusing it, they will get theirs in the end.
That's it.
So,
That's it.
But at this particular time, I think it's just. I mean, do what you need to do. You should have been doing it. Probably give more, just so that it can stop robbing people. They can stop robbing people.
Can I get my reparations?
Because they got the money.
Man.
If you come
They
out with
got
1 point some
it.
trillion-
Right. Can I get my
Thank God, how you
reparations?
broke and
No,
you still
but you know
spending?
what?
Like,
I honestly, personally think in the beginning it was okay with the
Yeah.
first,
Yeah.
with the 1,400.
Yeah.
I don't think they should be having all this recurring money
Yeah.
because the child tax is gonna hurt those, of course, that's gonna have the taxes. That's really hurts them more. They won't get it on their taxes.
They won't.
But at the same time, the more money you pump, the less people going back to work. And see, that's
Yeah.
the biggest thing. You know, you want the economy to work, which is why they're giving the money, and that's understandable. But you're giving so much. So many people is getting so much money just being at home from the unemployment, because that's still going.
Yep.
Then you giving them additional money from the tax. Then they getting the $20,000 so much money that why do you need?
And then they lying on the PPT.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Oh, yeah, they definitely
you get
gonna
a lot
get
of that.
But it's gonna take a while for them to really catch up to them, because
Yeah.
the system is really not designed for something like this.
Right,
So
that's
it was just
right.
all
It seems
premature.
like the system is not designed to help the people that really need it. Because the way I'm hearing it, so many people getting all this money, and I'm like, how did you get it? I couldn't even get the PPP. I must have did something wrong, and I have a business.
I mean, if you know how to finesse the paperwork, of course you'll get it. If you
Right.
know someone that knows how to do it, most especially those that do taxes,
Yeah.
they definitely know how to play.
They
with
know
the
how to
numbers.
finesse it.
So
And the
that's how
thing
they're
is, I'm
getting
going to tell you, they know how to finesse it. They know how to do one of them C corp. Let me just tell you, I'm going to shut up because I know some people who really finesse the system.
Oh yeah,
And
especially those that got the what is called hood.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
baby,
like,
they gonna be
man.
they gonna be homeless.
They finesse the system so much.
Yeah.
And you know what I said? I'd be like, you know what? I pay taxes and y'all finessing the system. That's my money.
Yeah.
See?
Oh, yeah. But
That's
see, they
y'all
gonna,
getting.
we gonna get it at some point.
Yeah.
But those that's gonna get caught, that's if they don't have the money, they're gonna give them options, or you're gonna do jail time.
Yeah.
It's really gonna be
That's
that
true,
simple. That's-
because they
yeah,
have
that's
to
money.
to present.
Yeah.
And you
I
got to
think
say, yeah.
And they're not reading the fine.
Never
The
do
fine
it.
print tells you if you have a business, you got to say what this money went towards.
Of course.
If I can't identify your business,
Yeah.
And then you just get it, just so happen to be doing the pandemic. So
Right.
you ain't having no time prior to.
Right.
And see, that's what people gonna hurt. And that's where they're gonna find
But
it.
then
It's gonna
I've
take a while.
heard some stories like I saw on TV where they done came and got a few people already from
well,
home.
they're going to do that.
Yeah.
See, I couldn't lie about my theater company, you know, because I knew I ain't do nothing when we went on, you know, pandemic last year. I knew I wasn't doing nothing. I did something before. And I'm not going to lie and say it affected me. Why would I lie? I have no reason to.
Right.
If it would
Especially
affect
you trying
me,
to get it forgiveness.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people finna
yeah,
hurt.
if it would
They
have
don't have-
affect
they
me,
don't have a way to
you
do
know
it.
what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
I would have told the truth. It affect me because I had a show coming up and I couldn't do that show and these people after me to have to pay that money back. But other than that, if it don't affect me, I'm not gonna lie.
Now, what I do appreciate, I appreciate that I didn't have to pay my student loan for that long period
Yes.
of time.
That's fact.
I
You know what?
appreciate that,
I concur
government.
that. Look, I concur that. I
Yeah.
really appreciate the fact of not having to pay on those
I'm
student
trying to get it completely
OMG.
wiped out. But,
You and me both.
but you know
How?
what? His stipulations on it is horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible. What it is if you're already in school or was in school around that time and that happened, you can get it completely
Yeah.
wiped
Oh,
out.
And they
that's
wipe
not
it.
fair.
Mind you, my colleges ain't even up no more. You know,
I
ICDC
man, you
college,
already graduated a long time
ICDC.
ago.
I said IC. My bad. Sorry. My bad. All right,
they
but
want it
we're gonna keep
okay.
y'all in the loop with that because that is something that's of course gonna be ongoing until
Yes.
they finish out the actual pandemic, which
Yes.
we'll never know because as they claim, it's more cases. The question is, would they actually shut us back down? Keep that in your ear. Keep that in your ear, y'all. We'll
like the
touch
fact
bases
they
on
paying
that
rent, though.
a little bit later. So. Ladies,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
let's
Yes,
keep
ma'am.
rolling real quick on this
Yes.
pandemic. You know, I haven't seen you guys.
I know.
I know y'all wanted to know what was that off of, and it wasn't Color Purple. We just came up with that, so just so y'all know, we're not
It's
stealing
Trendnation.
nothing,
It was
okay?
a Trendnation.
You know, it was with the own beats.
Right.
But what y'all been up to? What y'all been doing?
A little nothing, a whole lot of something.
Well, you
That's a
know,
lot.
when we got locked down, And,
We was on punishment.
We was
Stop
out
saying
on that
lockdown.
punishment, you know,
Funniest
May
show
16th, and then that London doing it, quarantine court. Now people in London don't stole the idea and they're doing it.
doing that.
But the good thing is, didn't sit idle, made people laugh. And the great thing about it is being able to perform, even if it was through Zoom, without trying to do a play through Zoom. Commend y'all that did that, but you shouldn't have did it because it sucked.
She said what she said.
To the mother.
She said what she said. Phoebes, what you got?
I actually been spending I've been working. I've been blessed to continue to work. I was working at home and, you know, throwing in some overtime hours and all that. But I've actually been sitting and reading. I've been reading and spending a lot of time with my family because we have had some really rough moments happening. And I've been praying a lot. I'm a prayer.
That's me.
I pray. I do that. I really
wrong
do
with that.
But I love the Most High. Yeah,
deep.
I love that. But yeah, I've been praying a lot and just keeping my connection with the Most High, yeah, and just being more family oriented. But I was told, even by my granddaughter, told me, Nana, we just gonna have to start going on dates to get you out the house. Cause I work, I spend time with the little baby. I got a 10-month-old grandbaby and all of that. And the teenagers, they come and sit with me for a while, but they want me to get out the house. So I think I'm gonna take them up on that to get out the house.
That's so adorable.
Thank you.
I'm busy. I haven't sat down at all. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff. Of course, I stepped off the podcast for a minute because of the pandemic, and I didn't want to really have too many guests. So I actually started doing it at home, and then someone got wind of me, and I'll say that because I didn't know the individual, and I had to audition for another spot on another radio show that's digital, that's coming from LA. I guess I could spit the name. We haven't quite done our time slots just yet. So Blazing 95.1, you would definitely be hearing me on there soon. Nice. And again, that's from out of LA, but they're bringing it here on a digital platform. So it's links for that. So I'll definitely be doing that. They're dope. They're dope.
You should do it
because you'll be able to voice yourself in your own platform, and you know they never really censor me because you know
I'm creating my own.
You're good.
But so I did that. I'm trying to write this movie. It's 3. I have 3. Shout out to JaVale. She just told me it's a good way to do it. So I'm gonna try that way.
That's our producer, JaVale.
And get more than 5 pages done. I'm at 5. I get stuck.
Just know who your antagonist and protagonist is. You got it.
And spoken from set, so you know they do this. So I'm gonna be able to make that done. And then of course, you know, coming back with you guys was always a highlight.
Yes, I miss you guys.
So I just been staying busy, and I've been catching flights. I had to make sure my mom and my brother was okay. Unfortunately, they wound up catching COVID, but they also stay together.
Okay.
But they're good and still getting on my nerves, so I love that they're here to do that. And now I still catch flights. I'm still doing it with the mask, and you know we'll discuss another time, another day about the COVID shots, but not today.
Not today.
Not today. I'm conflicted. I ain't going. I ain't
Just
going.
not today.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna roll to the next one. It's a very sensitive situation.
Yes.
Okay.
How sensitive it is.
I think they playing my girl, Shikari Richardson. You guys, to you live. Do y'all see me? Can y'all see me with my shades real quick? Can you see me right now? This is a serious situation. Why? Because of the way they're treating this 21, 22-year-old young lady. If you do not know anything much about her, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. So Shikari Richardson is, as of now, currently the fastest runner, sprinter, 100 meter. Make sure I get her category correct. As of to date, like she broke the record. I think it was 10.86. So they named her the fastest runner.
Bad.
That's a sprinter in her league, and they played her because she tested positive for THC. For those who don't know, that's I'll say a form of a chemical inside of weed, which is it's actually it's legal, but they're saying it's not in the Olympics,
sport, right.
sports. So, ladies, if you know much about it, I've been following it, of course, because I've did the Michael Phelps. If y'all haven't noticed, they try to play him because they resurfaced a picture of him with a bong back in college, right? And that just jags him. He lost sponsorships and all type of stuff, which is different because at that time, weed wasn't legalized, okay? And now that it is, they're like, yo, she got, she tested positive. We're going to suspend her for a month. That 1 month suspension obviously had it where she could not be chosen for the U.S. to go to Tokyo, okay, and run in the Olympics for her field. With that being said, she went to the cannabis. See, that sounds so, I'm going to say weed. I can't, cannabis, y'all, like, we ain't politically correct up in here. But anyway, she wound up getting, some weed because a reporter, as they're saying, told her like days before that her mother passed. So she's getting this news from a stranger. Wow. She didn't even know about it. She out there doing her thing, running. And then, of course, they trying to clown her. And for those who don't know my slang, clown, they trying to make a mockery of her because of how she looked with the, the bright hair, the long nails. But I'm gonna say one word, and y'all do the research. Flojo.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Flo was known for the big red lips. And them nails.
Yep.
So we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this.
Her too. She in training, getting herself together, about to play Flo.
Come on now. So for them to do that to her at a critical point in her life was not right. But let me ask you, ladies, if you know or don't know as much about the weed industry and things like that, do you think they was too extreme with the suspension? I mean, it was THC. It ain't gonna make her, run faster. I'm being honest.
I'm just made me laugh.
I'm being honest. It's weed. It's THC.
I mean, most places is legal, and it's like they probably did go to the extreme because they didn't allow her to grieve. Maybe that's her way of grieving.
Well, she said she took to it.
That. I mean, you either forgive her and let her run. I wonder if a white girl would have did that, what they did.
It's funny that you said that. No. So Megan, was it Rapinoe? Rapinoe. Okay. Soccer. She's over in the Olympics as we speak, promoting cannabis. And that she used it in her smoothies or some type of drink.
Are you serious?
I'm just trying to let y'all know. It's funny that you said that. I was hoping someone opened that door. So glad you did.
I was going to open it because I feel like you coming after the black girl saying she smoked weed, so what? But you don't go after the white girl who say I'm putting it in smoothies.
The THC, by the way, for those who, she's putting THC in whatever she uses as what she claimed. This is an everyday thing, though. It's not just right now.
And she didn't get suspended.
This is what she knew. Well, I don't know if she's still actively a soccer player. I know in the 2020 Olympics last year she was. So I don't know if she's still doing it now. But even if she is, she's advocating it.
Right.
And then they get turned around and now you done suspended this young lady. Come on now.
I think they did it because she's totally different. She's different from everyone else.
How Flojo was.
Exactly. Just different. And she's killing it. She's doing her thing. And I mean, what was wrong with finding her? I mean, all the sports fanatics get fined.
And that's what a lot of people saying. Just find her the money.
Her.
Right.
Because she's, regardless of whether you try to stop her now or whatever at the current moment, but she's coming back.
Yeah, next year is still her. She'll just know, you got to remember this is her first year.
Yeah.
Trying out for the Olympics. Yeah. So, of course, she may not know everything.
Right.
But she know now.
But now she know. And now they done opened up this door. She gonna come even harder.
She gonna come real hard.
And when we learn through our mistakes and we come back bigger and better.
And the best part is that she owned it.
Yes.
Like, she's
and
like,
that's
hey, I'm
what I
using it.
did like. I like the fact she took accountability. And who are we to try to down someone for making a mistake and not realizing because she was under distress emotionally.
And she's young.
And she's young. And she's at the high point of her game and everything.
And lose her mother.
Exactly. She lost a loved one. So she at this point, like nothing else matters.
Right.
Everything right here, this energy right here, this is what matters, me. Because I'm going through it. At a high point of my life, I done lost my mom. My mom was sick, and I didn't know.
And then my thing is, how would you have taken it if somebody, a stranger of all people, she didn't hear from her grandmother who was in the stadium when she was when she broke the record. She ran up there to the stadium, hugs her granny, cried a little bit here and there. She didn't even hear from the person who birthed her mom, by the way.
See?
So you hear from some stranger, social media, tabloid or whatever. How could you handle that and still have, hold your head up high and take these awards and be crowned?
Right.
How can you enjoy that?
Right. You're right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Ever.
And it's just to stop a good thing, but good things don't stop. They just come back stronger.
Yeah. And then with maturity, she would also know how to handle things when it's like that. You know what I mean? So,
exactly. She's 21. She got a lot more energy waiting for America.
She got a lot more hunger. She got a lot of hunger.
She gonna be a
She's
beast.
coming back. She's coming back. She's
the
different.
Beast mode
I can't wait.
Out.
I hope she get with Flo.
Yeah.
And they train.
Yes, that'll be a good little connection.
We're gonna go to all type of our Trendnation, our individual page. We're gonna ask Flo, Joe, okay, to train with Shikari Richardson. That'll be dope. That'll be legend on legend.
That will make them cry, go and stomp. They'll make them mad.
Man, look, hey, look, y'all gotta stay tuned. We got more, and then of course in my Trendy Beats, we'll get a little bit more. Trendy Beat Blast, we'll get into a little bit more with Shikari and what's going on with her after all of this. But yo, stay tuned. We'll be back. We got more.
Yes. Now we're at the portion where we're going to talk about a subject at the Trendnation table with Phoebe. And
oh my gosh, they see me.
So today's topic. Okay, so I thought about this topic because I just keep strolling and strolling. I'm always finding
strolling
videos.
or scrolling?
Strolling.
Wait.
See? It take color. See? I had to think about what I was saying, so okay. So I'm just strolling along on Facebook. Okay. And I come across quite a few videos. It's not back to back, but just sometimes when I go on Facebook. And it's usually a man that's on here talking about, on Facebook, talking about, I don't know if he's angry. I don't keep listening after I hear what I'm hearing.
You ain't got no Viagra.
But I always hear about the gentleman or the guy, the male, the man, saying that a woman, and it could be a man too, that after a certain age that you just might as well give up, or finding love. And I'm just curious about, is there a such thing that you just, age just stop love stop at a certain age? Like, why we can't find love after 30 or 20?
You can find love whenever God
40.
wants you to find love. Can't nobody tell you that love don't exist, not even if you're 100. And I'm gonna say this because you also got these old angry men who mad because they can't keep it in the right place, and they get angry and they want to talk about women and what women can't find. But let me tell you something, you don't want a woman telling you what you can't do at a certain age, so don't say what a woman can't do at a certain age.
That's
because
true.
Women should never give up on love. God ain't give up on you. Why would you give up on love?
That's true.
Think about that.
And see, and I've met some people that have gotten married after 50, after 60,
After 75,
after 70,
80.
or whatever, in their 40s. I have seen this. But then it goes to, okay, is it really love or are they just settling? So it's so hard. And to me, I just think the people in these videos are basically saying that we're just taking whatever comes.
And that's not true for most. I think what happens is people are so stuck to the worldly way of doing things, they come to, nobody's settling for nothing because you might can't get along with that person you think you're settling for, so why would you marry them?
Right.
Think
That's
about
true.
that. Nobody, if people that desperate, they need to seek God and they need to seek counsel. And I'm gonna be real, cause this like one of them subjects that I get tired of some men saying about women in general, period, especially towards black women. They do it towards black women more so than anything. And it becomes a problem because what you saying is, we get a certain age, stuff leave. From my understanding, what I learned from women that's older than me, they told me it don't leave. So I think men need to think about them that leaves and it, you know. And at the end of the day, if you gonna sit here and say what a woman shouldn't want, one thing a woman shouldn't do is settle.
Right.
I don't care what age you are. Never settle. Trust God for who he has for you. Don't settle, because when you settle, that means you gave up on life and just said you couldn't have no one. But see, the majority of the women that's now finding love, they have had their kids. They have had someone. So trust God if you meet the person who he may have had. It's or maybe not. Who knows? Wherever God leads, that's where it's going to happen. I'm sorry to get all churchy, but then you bring out another side of me and I'm going to tell the truth.
Right.
And shame the devil.
Right.
You get one life. Enjoy that life. I don't care what age you are. I don't care if you so old and you can't stand up. You want you a man, woman, get you a man. If you want you a woman, get you a woman. But don't settle. Because settling is saying I'll take anything because I'm old. Don't do that. Let God bless you with who he got for you.
Let go of that mentality I used to hear years ago when they used to say, I'd rather have a piece of man than no man at all. Let that go. Who told you that? Are you a piece of a woman?
They
So
speak that stuff into
half of a piece of
existence.
a person makes a whole piece. Like, let it go. I'm 52 and I'm single, and I've been single for 6 years. 6 years. It is not because I can't find anyone. It's I'm looking for that similar energy. No, not looking. I want that similar energy. We have to vibe. What they say, equally yoke. You know, what have you. So, I mean, I'm not settling. I done met many. I'm not settling. And I'm not being promiscuous. I'm not being anything. I'm waiting on the Most High Yah. When he said, hey, he found you, you're not going to even know it because that man is going to pursue you. So don't take what everyone is saying. Don't just allow them to just let you put that in your spirit.
Let me give you this before we end this real quick. The first thing you need to take away from you is loneliness.
Exactly.
Ask God to remove it away from you. And this is me telling you, if you're feeling like you're lonely and you got to have somebody, that's when you have that settling spirit. When you not feeling that way and you trust in God and you can sleep good at night, you best believe he gonna bless you with the right one for you. Never settle, because what happens is you'll be disappointed in your settling. Trust God, and that's all I gotta say.
Thank you so much. That was really, really good.
You're welcome.
And add on to that, love on yourself.
Yeah.
When you love on yourself, you wouldn't even look halfway at a piece of a man or a piece of a woman.
I got a whole husband. I ain't looking at no half of no man.
No half. So don't settle when you settling like that, and don't take those people's thoughts and opinions of your age and saying that this is it for you. It's not. I know I'm fabulous, and I know someone's coming for me.
Oh, yeah.
So
Sooner than you think.
So here we go. We done did it. We done done it. We done talked about it.
Yes, we did.
Thank you for tuning in on Trendnation Talk at the table with Phoebe
And Carla Monet.
Carla. Thank you.
Get that man, girl.
Welcome back. This your girl, Leah Lucky Art. This is your Trendy Beats Blast. And I got a lot of stuff to talk about. So let's just dive right into it. So look, Dr. Dre, everybody know. The Chronic, everybody know my mans. Unfortunately, he got to pay his ex-wife. Nicole Young just was awarded $300,000. $300,000 a month until she remarries. So that's about $3.5 million a year. Now the question is it really hurting his pocket? Because he's a billionaire. I don't know. Ladies, would y'all be cool with $300,000 a month? Men, Are you okay with giving your ex 300? And imagine she has to get remarried. So if she don't get remarried, you just paying until she decides. And maybe that marriage, which was over 20 something years, she might don't want to remarry. Why would you? Not to mention she had her own money. Don't get it twisted. She was a lawyer, so she supported him and helped him build who he is. So therefore, it's some money in there. But I mean, she ain't got to spend hers now. 300, it's 300,000 a month. I'm just saying. You know what I can do with that? Probably get some more glasses, okay? Because I became blind during this pandemic. But anyway, we're gonna roll on. We're gonna keep it going. So now you got, we was talking about Shikari Richardson on the actual show, but I'm gonna get a little bit more into it. So we all know her suspension was for like 30 days or so, but she seems to be getting even more support now that all this has happened. And our very own Chicago, Kanye West is definitely shouting my girl out. So she's now in his new Beats by Dre ad, which is the new earbuds for those who don't know. And she's actually the feature in there. You got her running, you got her, looking into, her moment. It's a beautiful concept. I love the way he did it. And he's sponsoring one of his songs from off his new album, Dondra, that just dropped, or will be dropping, shall I say, July 23rd. And it's No Child Left Behind. And I love that song. If you guys get a chance to see the commercial and listen to the words, it fits her situation as well as everything that's going on during this pandemic. That, look, hey, no matter what you go through, no matter how bad your decisions are, you grown, you make it up, you learn, and that will mean no child should be left behind no matter what the situation is. And I love it. I love it. Check that out. Again, Dondra drops on the 23rd of July. So, hey, stay tuned for that. But shout out to my girl, Shikari Richardson. I'm still supporting you, girl. I can't run no more. I'm a little bit too big. But when I do, we're going to sprint together. I know you'll leave me because you're only like 5'2". I'm like 5'4". We'll work it out, though. All right? So, look. Let's move it up. Now, the hip-hop industry, as well as the entertainment industry itself within these last 4 months, have been getting hit with the legends that we grew up knowing to, no longer able to see because of situations. DMX, everyone knows it was all over the world that, his passing from an overdose, that hit and shook the entertainment world as well as the Rough Riders. If y'all don't know, that was one of his affiliated labels that he was signed to when he was coming up. You got Black Rob, that's, Jay-Z, he died of kidney failure. It's just the legends that we grew up on, especially myself being in that era, we're losing them like left and right. I don't know if the pandemic is causing the illnesses that's coming a little bit forefront, but again, we're losing them, and not even knowing the severity of their own health issues. I just wish we had a little bit more time with them because they were the greats. Of course, Biz Markie was the recent, he died with complications with his diabetes. We can go further back to my man Shabba-Doo. If y'all don't know him, he played in Breaking 1, Breaking 2. He was considered, that was Ozone. For those who don't know, Ozone and Turbo. He also passed, they saying, with some complications with COVID. At first, he was doing well, and then unfortunately, the moment he posted that on his Instagram, he actually passed a couple of hours later, and they were saying that it could be due to the COVID, which is what he was battling at one point. We also got Shock G. If y'all don't know who Shock G, Digital Underground, he was the one that actually gave Tupac Shakur his actual break. He wound up also passing away, unfortunately, due to an overdose as well. We also go into Keisha Cole's mother. That was also recent. Unfortunately, she passed on her birthday, and what they're also saying was an overdose. You also have the last but never not least, we don't ever want to have that, but actress Suzanne Douglas. For those who don't know her, she was on Parenthood, which was opposite side of I don't know why I can't think of his name today, but for those who know the sitcom, she was on there. Of course, How Stella Got a Groove Back, she played opposite Angela Bassett, and then of course, she played in Tap with the legendary Gregory Hines. It's so much going on, and all I can tell you is love those that's here. Hug them, kiss them, tell them, text them, however you need to do it. Let them know that you love them, because 1 minute they're here, and unfortunately, the next minute they are gone. So for everyone that's looking and paying attention to the families of those that we have lost from Trendnation, my family and yours, our deepest condolences. So let's move it a little bit to a little bit of some happiness. What can I say, y'all? Juneteenth. All next year, I'm going to represent the entire month of June because I'm petty. And Biden has officially put Juneteenth into a bill as making it the second biggest holiday for those that's of African American color, next to Martin Luther King when he appointed them, well, not him, but when he was appointed as a holiday as well. So Juneteenth, guys, what can I say? Something, like my home Phoebe said, is better than nothing, all right? We'll take it. I'm going to rep the entire month. I'm petty. I feel like we shouldn't get a day. I'm going to do the entire month of June all the way through. So look, y'all stay tuned, represent, have fun, stay safe, and we'll be back, y'all. I'm your girl, Leah Lukey R, man. This was your Trendy Beats Blast. Stay tuned. We got some more Trendnation. Peace.
Anywho, I'm glad to be back, and I thank you all for having me here. I came by the way of somebody. But anyway, I'm glad to be back. Trendnation has been this show that I love so much, and I miss you all. I miss you dearly. But you know what? I left a good job in the city.
Boom, 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 boom.
Working for the man every night and day.
Boom, boom, boom.
And then I didn't lose 1 minute of sleep because COVID came and took it away. Trendnation left on yesterday and came back today.
Boom, boom, boom.
We're back, baby. We're back, baby. Yes, we're back. And you know what? We're back with the 2 hippest females in the game, and they're single. So if any men out there, I'm married, I ain't looking. But if any men out there, you want you a hot, sexy mama like this one over here on my left, and any females out there, if you looking for you something thickalicious, check her out over here. But I do want to tell y'all this. They don't want no broke hoe. Broke hoe. They don't want none of that. Prostitute. No prostitutes. You got to know how to cook. Clean.
Say it.
You got to know how to keep your feet clean. They don't
Well.
You got to know how to floss and brush your teeth. And if you don't do it right, they going to tell you.
Amen, oh man.
They going to say, get a little peroxide and put it in your mouth. And after you do that, get that mouthwash.
Tell it.
And if you ain't had all them shots, they gonna tell you get them too because they don't want to catch anything. So I just want y'all to know that. But anyway, Trendnation is back, baby!
Hey.
We're back. On my right is the one and only Leah Lukey R.
Hey.
And on my left is this one here, Phoebe. What's up, Phoebe? We're back, and we'll be back again in another month.
Yes.
Let me tell you, we got great topics, great things to talk about, and our producer over on the side doing.
We see.
I'm a savage.
JaVale.
But here she come, the one and only JaVale. Chris, a.k.a. Donnie.
Donnie.
We missed you.
Yes, we missed
you, man. You got to come back.
Yes.
Because you got all these women up here, but we need you back, baby. Come on back.
We need you.
Come back.
Welcome back to Trendnation. We're out, baby!
See you.
Trendnation.
Love y'all. Glad to be back. My number is
777-9311.
What?